Alright guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video. Today we're going to take a look at the newest Dokkan Festival LR, Super Saiyan Goku and Super Saiyan Vegeta from the Metal Cooler movie. Probably not a huge pick for like a Dokkan Fest LR, but I think it is good. Considering how, you know, just massive things seem to be for Dokkan right now. The interest in Dokkan seems to be higher now than almost ever. And it's around the two Cooler himself is cool, but it's not like, you know, the Metal Cooler movie was even that great. For a lot of it, it is very goofy, right? But this is such a big time for Dokkan. It just shows that, like, you know, there's so much stuff like bigger hyper moments. Dokkan still, I think, is in a pretty good spot, right? So this character, I think, is going to be pretty good. We, of course, you know, this is going to be the 55% video. We're going to go ahead and take a look at how good the Super Saiyan Goku and Super Saiyan Vegeta, we're going to see how well they can perform at 55% with no dupes. You guys know the way I typically do these 55% videos is my first time using the character. So we're not going to be using equipment. We're not going to have the character's link leveled at all, right? No dupes, nothing like that. It's just kind of like my first time using the character at 55%. Here's all the medals that we need to actually Dokkan Awaken them. So, all right, let's get them to LR. And let's see how impressive this Goku and Vegeta can be. Now, remember, this Goku and Vegeta right here, they are a transformation unit. Even though, like, it seems as though they're retiring the costume mechanic entirely. Because, you know, I can just quickly show this in-game right here. So let's go LR, AGL, and INT, right? So here, of course, is the new Goku and Vegeta. You can see this is the transformation button, right? Transformation characters like, I don't know, who's a transformation character? AGL, LR, Gohan. See, he has the same thing, same transformation button. INT Evolution Blue Vegeta, who is right here, this is the costume change, right? It's just this little thing. So the thing about this Goku and Vegeta is that they will actually be able to link together with the non-transformed version, right? So it seems like they might still sort of do this costume change mechanic, but they're going to make them transformation characters at the same time. So let me level them up. Let's see how impressive they can be on their own 200% leader skill, which is very good. Join Forces and Movie Heroes 170, and then Pure Saiyans are getting the 30%. Pretty solid. Alright guys, so we are here in an event. We are starting out with the friend, Goku and Vegeta. Looks like they actually have a little bit of link levels. So this Goku and Vegeta character, they are very, very good, right? There's a number of reasons why I think that this Goku and Vegeta are going to be exceptional. Number one, they do have damage reduction built in, even though their unconditional damage reduction before they transform is only 20%, which really is not, you know, the craziest ever. I have found with Fusion Zamasu that even just a little bit of damage reduction can really cut the amount of damage you'll take from some of these really big bosses. So I do feel like that little damage reduction will really help, not necessarily against Cell Max, because this character's AGL, right? If the Cell Max fight was STR, this would be one of the best units in the game for that fight, right? A lot of these difficult content events on that red zone level, characters good for it for the most part, just depends on their typing, right? That's one of the major first things, right? But this character would be, you know, fantastic against Broly and Omega and, you know, characters like that, right? So their link set, this, I guess we might as well just look at mine, actually. I guess we wouldn't talk about the link set, but here's the link set for this character and how busted it is. They have Golden Warrior, Super Saiyan, Prepared for Battle, Shocking Speed, Saiyan Lineage, Fierce Battle, Legendary Power. This is, I would actually probably say maybe the best link set in the game. Having Golden Warrior, Saiyan Lineage, Shocking Speed, Prepare for Battle is just going to work so good with them. They're on category teams too, like Full Power, All Out Struggle, Powerful Comeback, Join Forces, where they can actually take advantage of this crazy link set too. You know, maybe a character like STR, LR, Kaioken Goku on, you know, the Full Power team would work pretty well with this character, right? Having Saiyan Lineage, Shocking Speed, and Legendary Power, right? Like, it could work well. I think that this character is going to be pretty strong. Now, the one thing about them, though, is transforming with them. So, as far as I'm aware, I think this is the first, I guess, Vegeta and Nappa, they basically are just like a normal transformation character that is voice acted, the exchange. But this is, again, just a transformation that is voiced, right? In order to transform, we have to do 3 super attacks and get hit 7 or more times in battle. So it is kind of it's a very strict condition, I think, right? Like that, for the most part, could be kind of tough to hit. It could take a while to get to that level. So let's go ahead and see what we do. We're linked up next to the LR physical Gogeta units. So we do have several links activated. We have everything activated except for Shocking Speed and Stay in Lineage. Defense is at 152k. They get 30% attack and defense on both 12 and 18 key super attacks, which is good. They get an additional 20% damage reduction and a guaranteed additional that has a high chance of being a super for their first 3 turns. So for the first 2 rotations, they'll have the guaranteed additional and the extra damage reduction. Very good for Super Battle Road stages and to sort of get ourselves set up, right? They also get an extra 1 key per type key sphere. I believe that's the same ability that like the STR Vegeta unit has. 6.81 at 55% with a guaranteed additional, huh? That's pretty impressive. They get another 50% attack and defense and a 30% chance to crit, which we see right there. They get the 30% chance to crit on their 18 key super attack. So this is where you start to look at the most impressive units in the game, right? The most impressive units in the game at this stage, even at 55%, they have capabilities of dodging, of additionaling, of critting, right? Built-in additionals, built-in crits will allow characters to really hit their peak and just do mammoth amounts of damage. I love the KO screen right there. Absolutely fantastic KO screen. So I guess we'll just do a couple of rotations sort of see how impressive they're going to look, right? Now, probably the intended way to use this character would be this. With Carnival Goku, they share 5 links. Golden Warrior, Super Saiyan, Prepare for Battle, Fierce Battle, and Legendary Power. You put him in slot 1, you put this Goku and Vegeta in slot 2, GG, right? You're good to go at that point. This rotation destroys the entire game. This rotation can beat Cell Max pretty comfortably, I think, as well. Right? Like, I don't think there's a fight where this rotation gets completely cucked. Maybe like Bojack, because Bojack could lock and split them up. But like this is devastating, this rotation. Absolutely incredible, crazy, jaw-dropping, whatever you want to say. All right, so let's go and do this. We do have to take a lot of hits, remember. We need to take a lot of hits in order to, you know, sort of like do the morale boost, sort of transform with them. We need to do our 3 super attacks. We need to get our 7 hits received in order to do this. I actually really, upon thinking about it, I actually really hate their transformation condition. I feel like just having them do 3 super attacks would have sufficed. Even now, you could get lucky and potentially transform with them on turn 3. Turn 3, it's possible, right? You could go into, you know, one of these difficult events, maybe like Red Zone, Final Form Cooler or something like that in the Wicked Bloodline side of the Red Zone. You know, you easily can eat your 7 hits right away. They could triple super, which they have the capability of doing, and then, you know, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, they're looking good, right? But I don't, is that actually going to be super common to see? The answer is no. It's going to be actually very uncommon for this unit, I think, to transform anything below turn 5. And it's annoying enough that it's not, even in these really long, very tough red zone fights, I feel like it's not going to feel fun trying to transform with them. But even in base, they are pretty effective, right? Like, still having the 20% damage reduction is good. They have their chance to crit just from their doing their 18 key super attack, right? You know, they'll have their chance to do additionals at the start of the fight. They do also greatly lower enemy attack on their 18 key, which I think is actually pretty handy. A pretty strong ability being able to do that, right? Okay, so I feel like we've seen what we needed to see from them, right? We've seen some of the numbers they're putting up. They look good, right? Like, just running them on their own 200% team, they're looking strong in terms of their offensive numbers. Defensively, they don't look the craziest at the start of turn, but you do want to keep in mind that they get 50% defense on the 18 key, and then they get 30% defense with every super attack they do, right? So, you know, we are able to build up a fairly strong amount, I would say, of damage. So I guess I'll probably do this turn right here, and then now let me skip until one of the 2 Goku and Vegetas actually transforms. It should only take a turn or 2 right here, I guess, depending upon how lucky we will get with the attacks aimed on these characters. But I do see this unit being an exceptionally powerful character. in difficult content moving forward, for sure. Especially if you're able to get the transformation off, it does help jumping. The main difference, I feel like, with them is jumping from 20% damage reduction to 30% damage reduction once they transform. That, I think, is really pretty good. That's, I think, going to be a very effective change that will help this character actually be able to stand strong against the really damaging attacks of some of these huge bosses, right? Big-time red zone bosses, Omega, and, you know, Dragon Ball Super Broly, right? Like, these bosses that can do insane damage. Like, this character, Rainbow Link level 10, they'll easily live, like, a super attack from, like, Broly and shit like that, right? Which, you know, that's kind of what we're looking for with these top-level DOKKANFEST LRs, Carnival LRs. The capability of surviving the strongest bosses in the game, like, yes, sir. That's exactly what I want from these characters, right? So, all right, let's, I guess we'll just let this turn right here play out, and then we'll skip until we're able to get a transformation. Again, not really too much I could do besides just hope, you know, they get hit a bunch of times. I think both of the Goku and Vegetas by this point have done the 18 key super, or all the super attacks that they needed to do. Let's just get them their hits and see them transform.
やっぱやるしかねえかな。くそ、奪い出すぜ。動けるか、ベジータ。気らしく声をかけるな。
Alright, so we got our first transformation off right here. So, once we transform with them, this Goku and Vegeta, they might have had their defense lowered by Paragus, but I mean, it's not, I guess it's not really a big deal. Okay, so now that they've transformed, there's really just a couple of minor differences. So in base, they start out with 3 key, 150% attack and defense at the start of turn. Now they're getting 2 key rather than 3 key. Now their damage reduction goes up from 20% to 30%. They get an additional 2 key per type key sphere rather than 1. Now their additional has a great chance to be a super attack, and it's now unconditional as well. So they're always going to be doing at least 2 attacks. Then they still have their 50% attack and defense, medium chance to crit on 18 key. But now, at 24 key, they do a guaranteed crit. I think that's pretty strong. Guaranteed crit at 24 key for a character that has the very strong mechanic of extra key per key orb. And of course, they have 80, 100 million key links. I feel like that's a pretty strong ability to give a unit. Plus, if you give an LR this ability, super effective against all types, or crit, or something at 24 key, when using the active skill, that will activate it. It technically counts as 24 key, so then you'll have that for the whole turn. So if we do the active skill, we would get that ability to proc, meaning they're doing guaranteed crits for the entire turn, which would be very, very good, right? Now, they do gain an active skill, but we're not able to use it until the turn after they come out, which I guess is a little bit unfortunate, right? Again, now with the extra 2 key per key orb, it'll be very easy for them to hit 24 key consistently. Let's go ahead and see what they do right here. And then, of course, because they are, again, it's weird. This is obviously intended to be just a costume change character, but they're sort of changing the way they go about it to actually have these characters be legitimate transformations, thus have them link with each other and stuff like that. I guess they didn't like how, you know, people couldn't do that with, like, Videl and, like Evolution Blue Vegeta, and so now they're giving people the ability to do that by just making them straight up transformation characters, which I do not have a problem with whatsoever. All right, there we go. So we'll see both super attack animations with their 12 key, like, you know, sort of like costume change. I do like that. That is pretty cool. Okay, so yeah, there was this one right here. Pretty good. I guess one small issue. I mean, this isn't really going to be an issue, but because it's just a transformation, this right here. Oh, we'll play it again, sure. Because of the way it's set up, we actually will not be able to skip that, right? Because it's not an active skill and it's not a intro. So, you know, in these difficult fights, get used to watching that over and over and over. It's going to be like the old days. You are not going to be able to skip these animations, right? You're going to be sitting there and you're going to be watching, god damn it, as they're doing that. All right, 146k right there. Again, remember, they get 50% on their 18 key, and then they're also getting 30% with every super attack. So this is a great character to sit in slot 2. Just like LR Final Form Cooler sits in slot 2, so does this character. Not really an issue when we have Carnival Goku, who shares many teams with this character, though, right? Movie heroes, pure Saiyans, full power, powerful comeback, Super Saiyans, right? You know, these two units can sort of serve as a rotation, which works very, very effectively. So it's a nice little setup they created here. Okay. I think at this point, let's do their active skill, right? Again, we can do their active skill when facing one enemy, right? Starting from the next attacking turn. So let's go ahead and, I guess on this next turn, what we'll do is let's finish Paragus off with Goku and Vegeta, because we could see their KO screen. We'll be able to see their KO screen, you know, sort of like after their costume change. And then with the next Goku and Vegeta next turn, we'll just go ahead and finish the Broly off with the active skill, and we'll see like the KO screen and stuff like that. Because this unit has 2 different KO screens. I guess technically they have 3 different KO screens, right? Because they're 18 key super, finishing an enemy off before and after their costume change will allow us to get a KO screen, right? That's the same one we saw before, but now, of course, it's, you know, after their clothes are destroyed and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. I do actually really like that. And then we also have a KO screen on the active skill right here, too. So, yeah, let's go ahead and pop the active skill. This should very easily finish this Broly off, right? We have most of our links activated and stuff like that. All right, let's go ahead and pop this real quick. Alright, so a couple things to talk about, right? So again, they did a guaranteed crit right there. That's because when you use an active skill as an LR, you get access to any abilities like that, you know, crits, super effective against all types, like fusions, Zamasu, stuff like that. And then, of course, this might be my favorite KO screen in the game right here. Them, you know, finishing Cooler off and falling out of the Big Getty Star. Now, the last thing about this unit, this is a negative. This active skill, for some goddamn reason, guaranteed stuns the enemy. That sounds good on paper. Oh, Pog. Guaranteed stun. Lovely. You have to transform with this character and then hit the next rotation. There is nowhere in the game currently where you could use this stun, right? Like, outside of, like, a meme Dokkan event, like what we just did right here, like, you're not seeing this stun do anything, right? Because it's like, you have to be fighting one enemy, the enemy has to live, they have to be not immune to stuns. It's like, there's nowhere in the game does that really exist. So I don't really know why they gave them the stun. They did this with Fusion Zamasu as well. I do wonder if they are going to create some kind of new difficult content that maybe stunning might be relevant, right? Because again, it's not just this unit. Fusion Zamasu does this too, where he gets the guaranteed stun on the active skill that you're never going to be able to do anything with it. So I do wonder, you know, Dokkan, they outright said themselves that they want different types of difficult content, different units to be good in certain types of content, and create different styles of difficult content. Perhaps they will give us a new, you know, red zone style level, but, you know, maybe one of the stages like stun will work and another stage ceiling will work. The reason they make those not able to be used, by the way, stuns and attack debuffs, is because they make the fight a joke for the most part, right? Like I'm sorry, but Super Battle Road is very easy compared to like red zone stages and stuff like that, between the items limited and your ability to attack, debuff, stun, seal. Like, these abilities are powerful, which is why they limit them on the toughest bosses, right? So, all right, that was pretty good. I guess we'll go and we'll do a red zone fight. Maybe we'll fight like red zone Metal Cooler or red zone Janemba or something like that. I feel like the strongest Wicked Bloodline fight is probably Final Form Cooler. He's the strongest, like, turn 1 enemy in the game currently. So I think I'll probably save that for a separate video taking them through. Let's go fight red zone Metal Cooler, a pretty tough stage. with a 55% Goku and Vegeta team, and let's see how we do in that run. Alright guys, we're gonna go ahead and hop into the Metal Cooler fight like this. Remember that Goku and Vegeta's team is really quite good. Any pure Saiyan character we could use here is getting the 200%. So LR Tech Gogeta, Tech God Goku, the LR Gods, Tech Carnival Goku, and Goku and Vegeta are all, the only character not getting the 200% right here is Piccolo, right? Like that's very good. That's very, very strong. So this character's looking pretty good. We'll bring the Goku family support memory, which will buff Carnival Goku and God Goku, but won't actually buff the showcase unit, right? Which is just the Goku and Vegeta. You guys know, in these types of videos, oof, terrible rotation. We could potentially get cooked right here. This is bad. All right, I mean, man, we're rocking double 55%. This guard doesn't play games, man. All right, here we go. I may be a bit nervous here. Oh, brother. Bro, this Cyclopean guard, his super attack damage is over 700k. So we could get absolutely cooked beyond belief right here. I mean, you know, it is what it is. You know, you guys do want to see how these characters can do, right? Like 55% in tough combat. We really got to go for this. I could have put Piccolo in slot 1, but my gut, my 6th or even my 7th sense is telling me go for it. Put Goku and Vegeta in slot 1. Okay, good. 65k is a little too much for me, honestly. I mean, this is 55%, right? Sure. I did jump. This is a tough stage. We did not jump into a pussy stage. This is a tough stage. Oh, the debuff, though, comes in clutch. Again, this Cyclopean guard hits very hard. This guy is no joke. So, greatly lowering his attack does matter. Now we're at double digits. Nice. Between, you know, them getting, they double supered, so they got 30% defense from each super. They got the 50% defense from hitting their 18-key super, and they debuff. Beautiful. Beautifully done. Okay, let's see. If we're going to have to see the other Goku and Vegeta potentially tank this, let's see how they do. Remember that they do have 40% damage reduction right here. After all the buffs from super attacking, I bet you they can... Oh, and this guy's been greatly debuffed twice. We will probably be completely okay right here. I can't imagine this does any more than 200k at the absolute max. Probably less if he supers right here. No super. Okay. Oof, brother. This is... Do I have... All I've got is Senzus right here. Damn. This is actually very scary. I want to keep Tech Gogeta on rotation. Let's pray. God Goku at least is on the 200% leader skill. Let's just hope that the Cyclopean guard is not super attacking at the end. Oh, that's so good. That's so good. That is so good. This is going to do double digits or something. 83k. Okay. Yeah, we debuff... Goku and Vegeta already dominating, right? We debuff this guy to hell. Because, you know, they greatly they're not just lowering attack. They greatly lower attack on their 18 key. That's a very strong effect. If enemies can have their attack debuffed, hitting them with that is going to be pretty good. We'll try and go for the morale boost, the transformation, if we can get it. But, I'm certainly not going to, you know... fumble or like really go out of my way to throw things away just to get them to transform, right? Like my main goal here, I guess, is just to win rather than like be like, all right, let's put them in slot 1 where they're not ideal, right? This is not really a slot 1 character, right? Like depending upon the situation, you can get, like the first turn we were able to get away with it because there's only one attack right there. And if it was super attack, we would have been in trouble, but you know, it didn't happen. So we're able to sort of gamble like that, right? But we would have to be very cautious and careful. Let's... I was doing all that talking. He is still debuffed. Oh, dude, should we just... Do I just say, yeah, that big long speech I just gave, who cares? Yeah, we're doing it. You can't stop me. We're going for it. I'm no pussy. Let's go. Eat all these hits and we're transforming next turn. Go ahead. No super attack for you, buddy boy. Yep. Dude, they're gods. Y'all know. Listen. A lot of y'all know how strong this little guard is. This robot, man. This guard robot, he is no slouch. This dude, he's got the juice, this robot. So, you know, I am taking him very serious right here. Yeah, we cooked him. Yeah, they're looking pretty good. 55% they're critting and shit. Like, that's a sign of a well-designed unit these days, right? You give them the additionals built in, you give them the crits built in, and that really can help, right? Like, certainly. Okay. We're looking pretty good so far. It doesn't matter if we finish this robot off right here, but we're going to be able to fuse and detect Gogeta now on this next turn, and we'll get access to the Scouter, so now Metal Cooler cannot catch us. Let's see. Let's go ahead and transform. I won't play the animation here. I mean, I've played this a thousand billion million times. We'll just transform. Let's see what we got right here. Metal Cooler super attack in the middle. Okay. Oh shit. Do we just see how they do? I guess they still have their... No. They don't have their 40% damage reduction active. They don't. No, they don't. They do not. This is bad. I'm actually tempted to just do this. I feel like I have to do this. I do. I know it's a 55%. If they had their full damage reduction up, sure. Metal Cooler, his super attack damage is like 1.5 million, right? So it's like Rainbow Link level 10, I would be confident that Goku and Vegeta could sit there and take it. 55%, not really so much. I would test the damage we'd take, but I don't even think we might not even live. He would do too much damage, because Tech Gogeta is not going to be at double-digit damage right here. I feel like our best bet for survival is to do exactly this. So let's go ahead and do this right here. We will give Carnival Goku this. And then Goku and Vegeta can get this. I did bring Senzus, right? Because, again, I just do want to win. So let's go ahead and do this. We are going to be linked up very well. Carnival Goku has almost everything up, right? Okay, let's see how we do. Tech Gogeta will take a little bit of damage here. Okay, we could take 51k. That's okay. That's okay. Remember, the thing you want to remember with these difficult fights nowadays is, while it's true you can take a lot of damage, right? We can take a huge amount of damage. And, you know, a character like Tech Gogeta can, you know, relatively tank that. You really want to come into these fights with as many type advantage characters as you can, right? Tech Gogeta looks good in this fight because we're using him with type advantage. Like, that's the way you want to team build your team to take down these tough fights like that. Damn, that's a lot, actually. Whew, he cooked us. Okay, we could potentially revive with that Goku. Yeah, easily next turn. I think Goku and Vegeta should be okay right here. So, you know, they are going to have... They got 20% damage reduction. Ooh. Oof. Man, how's 55%? Whew. We did take a lot of damage there. That was one super attack, 55%. So, certainly, I guess they're a bit squishy at 55%. I thought we would live. I did. Okay. That certainly is not great, but that's the difference in them going from 20% damage reduction to 40% damage reduction. And then we did get our 18 key super, so we got the 50%, and they also got the 30% from their 18 key super attack effect, but no guaranteed additional, right? Because they started out turn 1, we, you know, basically lost the second turn of their passive. That was unfortunate. That was mostly our just opening rotations not really being too great, but certainly not the greatest that we did get cooked to that extent right there, right? Certainly could be a bit better. Yeah, the damage reduction will scale a lot better once their defense is higher, for sure. Alright, this is full power final showdown, Super Saiyan Goku and Super Saiyan Vegeta. This is the second unit with the name Super Saiyan Goku and Super Saiyan Vegeta. The 3rd year anniversary Int LR Vegeta, which came out, I mean, dude, almost 5 years ago. Also, right, is Super Saiyan Goku, Super Saiyan Vegeta. Their leader skills, join forces, are movie heroes category key 3. 170% of stats, and then the extra 30% of stats is for characters that are in the Pure Saiyan team. Their 12 key super attack, cooperation between rivals, gives them 30% attack and defense for 1 turn, and they do colossal damage to the enemy. Their 18 key super attack, full power crash, gives them 30% attack and defense for the turn. They do mega colossal damage to the enemy, and then they greatly lower enemy attack and defense. Their passive skill, extraordinary fighters, So they get 3 ki and 150% attack and defense at the start of turn. They have 20% damage reduction at the start of turn. This can be good, but it scales much better once the character has maximum stats, right? Rainbowed and stuff like that. Then they get also an additional 1 ki per type ki sphere obtained. Then for the first 3 turns from the start of turn, they launch a guaranteed additional that has a high chance of being a super, and they get another 20% damage reduction. I think the way this character is designed, I feel like that additional should not have been 3-turn conditional. They should have just had that as well, I think. Right? I understand the extra 20% damage reduction being conditional, sure, right? But that additional, it feels like this unit really wants that additional, the guaranteed additional, right? That being limited to 3 turns is kind of unfortunate. And then they also get 50% attack and defense, and a medium chance to crit when performing an 18 ki super attack. And then they receive a morale boost when conditions are met. It's just a transformation, right? They transform when conditions are met, essentially. Their transformation happens upon next attacking turn after they do 3 or more super attacks, which they could do a turn 1. They could super 3 times in 1 turn. And then also receive an attack 7 times. I do feel like them getting hit 7 times is unnecessary. I think just 3 super attacks would have sufficed, right? Then, you know, you could get uber lucky. They transform early. Very good for difficult content stages, right? But that, getting hit 7 times, right? It's just, you know, in these really tough fights, you're not just throwing them in slot 1 to take all these hits. Like, hell no, dude. No way. No, you're not. So, then their links are Golden Warrior, Super Saiyan, Saiyan Lineage, Shocking Speed, Prepare for Battle, Fierce Battle, and Legendary Power. 12 ki multiplier, 150%. 24 ki multiplier is 200%. Same numbers as usual. Let's go ahead and take a look at what we've got in terms of our categories here. So they, of course, are on the Join Forces category. This team is definitely going to be looking a lot better now. I mean, you have really powerful characters. Remember, we could run LR, Vegeta, and Trunks on this team, right? Like, we have a lot of very, very powerful characters you could run. Join Forces getting a 170% is crazy. There's just so much here. And this is such a, like, what-if type of thing. That they're going to release so many of these types of characters moving forward, right? So this leader skill is going to be relevant for a while. Then they're also over here on the Movie Hero category team as well. This team just buffed to absolute hell. It's crazy. Then right here, they are on the Pure Saiyan team. Another buff to this ridiculous monstrosity of a category. Then they're also over here on the Super Saiyan category team. Nice buff for that team for sure. Then they're also down here on the Full Power category team. This is good. Any buffs to the Full Power team is definitely very good. They're also over here on the All Out Struggle team. Again, another team that any buffs they could get is a really, really good thing. And then finally, they're down here on the Powerful Comeback team, the Power of Revival team. So that is very handy as well, right? So then again, remember they can transform or do their morale boost, whatever it is that you want to call it. Once you have super 3 times and been hit 7 times. Their super attack changes, their passive changes, they gain an active skill, and their links do not change. So the 12 ki super attack, the names and effects are still exactly the same between both. It's just that the animations are different, so it shows that it's different. But the 12 ki super is still cooperation between rivals, 30% attack and defense, colossal damage. 18 ki still full power crash, 30% attack and defense, mega colossal, and then greatly lowering enemy attack and defense. Their passive skill, Roused Fighters, gives them 2 ki, 150% attack and defense at the start of turn. They get 30% damage reduction at the start of turn. They get an additional 2 ki per type ki sphere obtained. Now they have the unconditional guaranteed additional that has a great chance of being a super, very powerful right there. And then they also get an extra 50% attack and defense and medium chance, 30% chance to crit when doing their 18 ki super attack. And then they do a guaranteed crit either when using the active skill or when ki is 24. It's, again, the way LR active skills work, if you have an ability that procs from your passive at 24 ki, the active skill will do it by itself. So then their active skill, Power to Make the Impossible Possible. They do ultimate damage and guaranteed stun the enemy for 1 turn. But, I mean, realistically, you're able to do this on turn 7. That's like... absolute earliest you possibly could do this would be turn 5, but realistically, this is at least turn 7. You are not stunning any enemies on turn 7. It's not happening. But you're still getting guaranteed crits for the entire turn. So it's going to do a lot of damage. They're going to do a lot of damage. And you could do their active skill when facing one enemy, starting from the turn after you've done the morale boost, after you've transformed. And then again, their link set stays the same: Golden Warrior, Super Saiyan, Saiyan Lineage, Shocking Speed, Prepare for Battle, Fierce Battle, and Legendary Power. So there is the LR Super Saiyan Goku and Vegeta from the Metal Cooler movie. I think they're very good. I think their link set, I think they will be a very good sort of like, I guess people might get upset if I say this, but it's kind of like a filler option on a lot of powerful teams, right? They are impressive. I don't know. They do feel, I think, weaker potentially than Final Form Cooler and Carnival Goku by, I think, a little bit. I might even say I like the 7th Anniversary LRs better than them, but don't sleep on this unit too much, right? Don't start thinking that this character sucks or anything like that, but I definitely would say the Part 1 LRs do feel quite a bit stronger to me. But, I mean, this is just the 55% video. We'll see how things go once I Rainbow them, once I Link level 10 them. We'll go fight Cell Max and Final Form Cooler and Red Zone Broly and Omega and all this stuff, Rainbow to max out, and see how we do. So, let me know what you guys think of LR Goku and Vegeta. Thanks, guys, for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.